こんばんは。今日は音声入りでいきます。あんまり良くなかったら次回から音声はなくなります。そんなに問題ないんじゃないかなと思って。で、うまくこうマッチできない。にゃーん、あれまた失敗した。ちょっと待ってね。父ちゃん試合するからね、ちょっと待ってね。はい、ゾンビさんのちょっと再起動待ちになります。始まる前に今日のゾンビさんですけれど、特徴がありまして、インディアナの攻撃時なんですけど、サードアンドロング、セカンドアンドロングもそうなんですけど、スクリーンプレーをめっちゃしてくる感じでした先週は。なので前半、ファーストセカンドを抑え込んでゴリゴリカバー2です。はい。でオフェンスに関しては、プレイブックができたんですけど、うちはハーフバックが2人しかおりませんと。なので言わずもがなベースショットガンになります。ショットガンかピストルになりますということでございます。ちょっと待って、よいしょ。今まさに甘えんぼタイムなの。はい、 OK です。トーナ。そうっすね、コルツの方がちょっと高いぐらい。特にオフェンスに関しては84かな。はい、ちょっと第一戦は攻撃時間8分で相手24分っていう悲惨な状況だったので改善したいと思っております。ただちょっとプレイブック作ったんですけど、あんまりまだ練習できってない感じはするので、お見苦しい点がありましたら申し訳ございません。あれ繋がんないゾンビさん、あかんやん、ちょっとまだ繋がんない。8時ぐらいまで頑張ります。あれすいません、もう一回いきます。あれ、もしかしてこの試合とあと1試合ぐらい終わればウィーク2回るんですかね。お待たせしてすいません。ちなみにベケットさんのツイッターにもありましたけど、マッテン MVP エディションは今 25% オフセールを始め上がりまして、 MVP を買った皆さんは怒り心頭だと思うので EA に訴訟してもいいと思います。あれちょっと待ちますね。なんかゾンビさんと相性が悪い感じですね。もう一回やらせてください。繋がんねえなおい。これでちょっと正体がいってもダメだったら同時押しやってみます。いやー 25% オフはねちょっとびっくりだよね。よっぽど売れてないのかな。ダイナスティを半額にしてくれって感じだ。来たか頼むお願い。つながりません。19時56分になったら同時押します。なんやねん頼むでほんま。来た。来た。同時押しいけるんだ。ちょっと青同士なんで大丈夫かしら。いけるか。はい、行きます。クイティペースタメンにしてるんだ。そうか。ジャック・ドイルってイケメンですよね。
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Just as we were ready for air, it was the Colts emerging from the locker room to great fanfare here in Indy. They're ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Los Angeles Rams. two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports.
リターンします。
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And it was brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
ゾンビさんの守備、基本的に6か4を引いてくるので、今日はショートで行く可能性が高いようです。
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Darius Leonard, the All-Pro, in on the tackle.
Here's
2nd and 9. Stafford. He'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That's a gain of 13. First down, Rams. So defensively here, you've got Matt Stafford at quarterback. Now, we know he's been in the league a long time, but still getting accustomed to playing in a Rams uniform. So what's your biggest key to stopping him?
Well, normally you would say with any quarterback, it's pressure. Number of hits on him in the pocket, keep knocking him to the ground. But Matthew Stafford's one of the toughest quarterbacks in the league. Just keep picking himself up and firing downfield. To me, is that coverage of receivers. And when they go to make a catch, make sure you have someone there trying to make a play on the football.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a handoff, Henderson. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes.
先週はブリッツ16%ぐらい。
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On the handoff, Henderson. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
多分ロック引いてくると思うんで。
Play action. Stafford.
ここ。
He gets it complete to Jackson. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
ちょっとシンプルに1回ダイブします。
Henderson, and he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Darrell Henderson, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
なんか今日ちょっと左手が震えてますので、挙動が怪しかったですね。
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Eason and the Colts now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
ランコミしました。ダメだ。
Jonathan Taylor, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking with those big behemoths starting to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
来るかな。
Second down, another run with Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The 3rd running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, 3rd most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory.
ビールサイドに来た。
A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
3-2分いきます。パスな気がすんだよな。BA か BA か。お、逆にしてきたぞ。
From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Now look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake. They've taken care of that early.
ブリッツ入ります。パスか。なんか。
They'll run with Taylor. Fighting through the tackle at the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time, that's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And he'll lose yardage, brought down at the 32.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
はい、ここで確実に
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they look to make amends on 2nd and 14.
揺さぶってくる。
Eason sets to throw it.
あれ
That's caught by his tight end, Kylan Granson. That one good for 14
ごめん
yards. And they'll be faced
ご
with
めん
3rd and inches.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pre-game. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
ちょっと一回どうなるか触ります。
The give to Taylor. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Second quarter now from Indianapolis with the homestanding Colts in possession. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
極端やな。
First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Mack. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Marlon Mack taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
On second down, it's Henderson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Stafford on target to Woods, first down LA.
これ苦手なはず。
On first down, Stafford here. That'll be swung out wide here for Henderson. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd and 4. Here's Stafford. He'll get this underneath to Henderson. Give him 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Throwing again is Stafford. And able to find Higbee. It's complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Stafford to Higbee there. Rams first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. That's taken in by Henderson. Yeah, that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Second and 11 now. Again, it's Stafford. That's complete to his tight end, Higbee. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 21. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
PA させてもらいます。どこまでかな。
Now a play fake and it's Stafford. Nowhere to turn this.
それ以前のものだ。マジかよ。
Get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
ちょっと追い込まれてます。どうしよう。どうしよう。
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Stafford, this is caught. It's Woods.
絶対こっちのフラッグじゃん。おー、いい。
That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
We always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
はい、キックで頑張ります。で、RPO なんだ。
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Here's Henderson. And he'll take this one down to the 36. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
52
This offense 2 for 2 on 3rd downs on this drive. They're in for a tough task here on 3rd and long. This is Henderson. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
完璧。
And Gay knocks this one through. That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
いいプレーしてくるかな。お、ランか。ぽいな。ちょっとハードルアップしてる。
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Here's Eason to throw. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down. Now Eason. He's got Grizz on the middle, and he gets this one in midfield before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. Now a give to Taylor. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Cover
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
2回は走ってくるか。
Throwing is Eason. This to Hines on the drop-off. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 28. 19 yards there on the catch and run. They'll throw on 1st down with Eason. Finds Hines again for the completion.
Change of direction. Back.
To the 10. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. They run with Hines. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this 1st half. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On the handoff, Taylor, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll look to run.
Nice.
Massive bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
後ろギャンブル来たよ。あ、フィールドゴールか。フィールドゴールでこのサジェッションなんだよ。1ヤードってそうなのか。
Blankenship's kick is good. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense?
これさ、手上げるのって22だと何になるんですか？三角じゃない。
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the giver. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
75 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They run with Taylor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. He's got this down to the 35. That's good for an Indianapolis 1st down on the gain of 10. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, Someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
12 more yards there and another first down.
Boy, what would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Back to Taylor on first down. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be second and very short.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there to set him up first and goal. He had a really solid first half running the football and picking up where he left off here in the third quarter.
How about the yardage he's piling up right now? This feels like a full game, not just this series that we're watching right now. I know people are screaming, where are the adjustments from halftime on the defensive side of the ball? Sometimes they're just not there. Sometimes you just have to find a way to tackle someone.
Eason. They'll set up the screen. Stop short. Down at the 1. That's a broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. That catch good for only a couple.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
They'll run it with Mack, and he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Marlon Mack with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Colts have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
20-21してください。連打してても飛び出ないのいいっすね。
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good...
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is...
また怪我したやん。
Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for it. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Stafford. hit as he throws there, incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
On the return, it's Rodgers. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here on 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
The drive starts with a completion, left side. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
カメラの時間もおかしい。なんでこれになった？
Back to throw. Eason. Throw left side complete. That's Taylor. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Eason. Throw going to be caught left side here by Granson. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Eason. He's got Granson as tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 19. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
ラムジに放れ。ラムかな、ランだよな。
On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 130 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
4人引く。いけ。
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Again, it's Taylor. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
1戦目と同じくゴリゴリダウンされてるな。
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Okay, 若手のラインマンたち。
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. This is Hines. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Naeem Hines, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. That makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And he returns this to the 22. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. On the handoff, Henderson. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Seems pretty obvious defensively. A key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run, the best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. Oh, that'll be incomplete. No, he took a shot as he let that go. And he's going to bring up the 3rd down.
That's one of the dangers of the quick game. If you only have a 2- or 3-step drop, if you don't get the ball to someone open right away, those defenders are right near the line of scrimmage, and they get on top of you in a heartbeat.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Stafford. Right side caught by Jackson. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. First and 10, Taylor now. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
From the 36, Eason. Eason in trouble, and down he goes. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
13.5 sacks in 2020, which tied for 2nd in the NFL behind T.J. Watt of Pittsburgh. We're getting to that territory where we're starting to take this man for granted. Defensive Player of the Year, 3 out of the last 4 seasons in the NFL.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Second and 9. On the counter, it's Taylor. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Colts on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 4. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down.
Field goal. No suggestion. あれれ
Blankenship's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the complexion of this one has really changed a fair amount. That last field goal makes it a 3-score game, so they need points in a hurry with time dwindling in the 4th quarter. So the flag thrown for the contact, mark off the yardage.
And sometimes you just read a hitch route way too fast. You get there before you're supposed to, and there's the penalty.
あんなだとな、PA 怖えもんな。
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Back to throw, Stafford. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
スパイなんかするわけねえだろうな。
They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On 2nd down, it's Hines, and he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down to help salt this one away. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Taylor.
Inside
the 35 and just shy of the 30. 164 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their 2nd, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a give, right side. Hines. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 11 that time and a Colts 1st down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter. Looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it out, and we've got them now.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
こういうことか。いけ、何個目だ。 はい、ということで2連敗でございます。どうだろうね、音声入った方がいいのかな、いらないかな。
Down to a knee goes Eason, and that should just about do it. Good bounce back win. They take the knee, can't stop the clock defensively. Tough opening week loss, but now 1-1.
Shows that they handled things really well. A lot of teams panic after a week 1 loss, and they start to think that the sky's falling. This team realizes there's a long season, and they feel very talented, and they get it done in this one.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
負けたので NBA 2K22 の世界へ旅立ってきます。お疲れ様でした。一応最後スタッツの振り返りをします。インソン多く投げなかったね、全然。まあでもタックルミスが響きましたね。
They at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Rams, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
この子ってリフレクトとかやったっけ？やってないか。もしかするとブレイクアウトもあるんですよ。ダメかもしれないけど。今回からなんか1回目成功すると次はブレイクアウトチャンスみたいな、確変みたいな扱いになってるような気がしますね。トータルオフェンス込みだな。ポゼッションも2倍やっぱ違ったな。ここまで良かったな。ここまでだな。500点超えてるやつだけ見てます。うわこれ良かったね。ああ、でも止められなかったのか。早く直せ。いえ。早く直せ。明日直せ、明日。徹夜で直せ。これなこれないやいやいやいやいやいやいやいやいやいやわーい4人って4人ってね。これスクリーンじゃないんですよ。おいー、はい。あれピヨイーンあるこれ現実面白いな。いやいやネブロピョンいやいやいやはい、ちゃんとダブルチームつけるようにします。 あ、いいえ。はい。ということで今回配信は終わりになります。ありがとうございました。また来シーズン